What's up, guys? Ames here. We're going to do a little something different with this episode of Ames at the Chains. We're going to do a breakdown of a simple disc dye with shaving cream and whatnot. But we're going to go over what we're going to do, what you're going to need, and how we're going to do some things, and time frames and all of that sort of thing. So buckle up, let's go. Alright, guys, so first thing you're going to need if you're gonna dye a disc is you're gonna need a disc. So certain discs work better or worse with the method we're gonna use. The ones that don't work very well with this method are gonna be your DX or your base plastics. But here we're gonna go with this this Glow. I think it's an AVR3. Glow AVR3. Now the Glow AVR3 will work really well for us because it's kind of a, I don't know, like if it's a star? Glow Star or Glow Champ, I can't tell. But it's not base model DX plastic, so it'll take the ink. Next thing you're going to want is going to be a bed for your shaving cream. I've used paper plates, the really thick, deep paper plates work well, but I've got here this Ultimate disc I got from Play It Again Sports here in town. Shout out to Play It Again Sports here in town. And then also shout out to TRW, the Denver operations, their 1992 family picnic. Shout out to you guys. I hope you guys had fun back then. But I'm using this thing because it's deep enough to set my disc in side of some shaving cream. So you're going to need one of those. Another thing you're probably going to need is some cups. So if you're going to do multiple colors, because we are going to do a multiple color thing, not just a galaxy dye, we're going to do a few other things. I'm going to use these cups to mix up my specific colors so that when I use these guys are just some, I don't know, like Tylenol baby syringes. So you can suck up your dye mixture, your dye and shaving cream mixture, and then you can pipe out some lines a lot easier as you're doing whatever design you're gonna do. So I got two of those. Another thing you'll probably want to get is a ruler, preferably a metal one, because that way it'll take the water and whatnot, because you're going to do a few things with it. But the best thing for this, other than measuring, is you're going to be able to scrape or screet the top of the lotion bed, or not lotion bed, the shaving cream bed with this thing. You'll be able to scrape across the top of it and make a nice smooth working surface for your dye to sit on, because you do need a perfectly clean, flat, no bubbles, no air bubbles, no holes in it. It needs to be perfect and flat, otherwise you'll get imperfections in your dye, and you don't want to do that. So we'll get to the next part where we mix up some shaving cream, and we will put it in the Ultimate disc. We'll screed it, and then we'll do some colors and some designs, and then we'll set our AVR3 in there and see what happens. I can't wait. Let's get. Alright, so here we are. We got our bowl, we got our shaving cream, we got our colors. I'm gonna go with a red, green, yellow, something or other. I got my straws to stir with, and I got my bowl to mix my shaving cream. So we're just going to fill this up with some shaving cream. Now I've already got water in it, you can see it now. You want to have a little water in it because it's the consistency needs to be a little more watered down so that you can spread it. See how right now it's kind of a weird floofy thing. And then while we're here, we'll move these over to here. We'll put a little bit of shaving cream in these guys. It's too much, probably, but let's see. Okay, that's probably enough. So in here with that water, I'm just gonna mix it up. I know it looks wet right now, but once you get it moving around, things start to get a little thicker. Almost like a whipped cream. It's almost what you want, just a little bit of thickness. I know the bowl's spinning, but that's alright. Okay. So once you got that, and put that off to the side. And let's go ahead, and I got my spray bottle here. I'm gonna put a couple of sprays inside of these guys so that those will mix up nicely. And we're gonna do green in one, and the rest of my red in the other, probably, because I only have so much. So you're looking at that. Alright, so let's add some green to this one. And you can see it's just some powder. So it's just powder. You want to get iDye poly because your discs are made of plastic, and iDye poly will dye them. None of the other ones will, though, unless you do a different way, different procedure, different method. But we're doing this like this. So we're gonna go ahead and mix all this stuff up, make our pie ready, and then. All right, so I've already spooned some of this shaving cream into our disc, and we're gonna go ahead and screed it flat like we want. First of all, I suggest wetting whatever you're using. That way the shaving cream doesn't just stick to it. You can actually kind of maneuver it a little bit. So I like to go over top of it a little bit loose, come back and forth, and then try to go for a majority. If you can do this, that's money right there without making a mess. So let's go back now and let's get perfection. Alright, that's not bad. You see this little imperfection in these, that's not super horrible because the disc is actually a little smaller in diameter, so we'll be able to work with what we have there. Next we'll put some color on it and we'll do some weird things, and then we'll put our disc on it. Alright, we are going to start with our base layer of colors. Let's get some of a little scoop of it. And this is my yellow. I'm just gonna. So I took a straw and I cut it at an angle so I can make a scoop. And now we're just going to. So I'm by this window, and it's blowing it into in a cool direction, I think. So there's a little bit of yellow. We're gonna add just a little more yellow. So I really want that yellow to pop on that color. Maybe just a little more yellow. Now I'm not trying to put too much on here, because if you put too much on here, it gets kind of blurry and weird things happen. So there's our yellow application. See, it's not a whole lot, but it's there, and you will see it when it comes out. So now let's get a couple of scoops of blue. Let's just do some random blue spots. Ooh, that's a little too random. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. That was a bit heavy on there. I don't know. Well, let's put some more blue on it. Well, that looks like a grumpy face. That looks like me and the sadness that I'm feeling about these blue lines on here. But either way, too late now. We get what we get right now, or we start over. So let's go. I am going to add some piping of different colors on here, lines of whatnot, and hopefully we can make something cool out of it. So let's do some piping. Here's my colors I've got, red and green. Doesn't look very red and like a little pinkish, but if it's not the right color, you just add a little more pigment to it and mix it up some more and you'll be just fine. So let's go. We're going to put some of that on here, and then let's see what we're doing. Some sprinkles and some piping with my syringes. I've got this red and green lines with the bottom, whatever we end up with the bottom. So we're gonna do some line dragging, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute, and then we'll set our. So this is what my line dragging ends up looking like, and this is what we're gonna end up pretty much looking like on our die. So let's go ahead and set the disc down on it, and we'll see what we got. Let's give it a little bit of a spritz. Maybe let's spritz the disc off a little too. Just give it a little bit of moisture on it so everything can flow just like it wants to. Now I've already duct taped the disc to my plate. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of set that bad boy in there one corner at a time and then slowly push. Now looking at the top, with the clearer disc, you can see if you have any imperfections or anything happening. I'm gonna go ahead and lift a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and lift a little bit both sides, and then we're gonna push back down, and then we go ahead and spin just a little bit. Actually, quite a bit, it looks like. So here we go. And you can see now, I'm gonna have some sort of a weird spiral design of spinning. Oh, I guess I should leave it like that. And we will come back to this in, what time is it right now? It's 7:27 here. I like to leave it for at least 6 to 8 hours, so I mean, it looks like we're going to see it first thing in the morning, I guess, before we go to work. I'll give you a look at that here in a little bit. But, you know, it'll be like 12 hours later. So, anyway, we'll see you in 12 hours. So, as you can see, the beveled edge of the putter on the bottom is going to be lacking the dye. And I don't like that. So, I'm going to go ahead and take one of the straws and I'm going to roll that shaving cream with the color in it over the top edge to pretty much the inside lip of it, and that way we get the color all the way around. Alright guys, it's the morning. It's been 12 and a half hours probably now. It looks like this morning. I already got the water running, so we're going to pull it out and we're going to go and rinse it off. Everybody out, everybody move, everybody move. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. This is some, oh, yes! That is that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that one. Try to do a little dirtiness on the bottom, but it didn't really work that well. But the top, whew. Purples, blues, reds, some greens, some yellows. Well, it came out really well. Awesome. Alright guys, so this morning when I pulled the disc out of the shaving cream, I didn't really have a whole lot of time because I was running late for work, so all I was able to do was pull it out of the shaving cream and show you guys. Here it is again. So here's what ended up happening with that. It came out real nice. I really like the randomness and the colors in it and the swirls. I also like this Innova Air Force stamp on it with the star foil. But I'm actually thinking about wiping the foil off possibly, because if I wipe the foil, it'll leave that design in the die, and so it'll be like a negative stamp, I guess, if you would. But other than that, this one came out really good. I hope to do some more, but it's a really simple one, and hopefully that helps some of you. And if not, feel free to ask questions, and we'll do a different method on the next video. So we'll see you at the next video. Probably one of my best dyes I've done in a while. If you guys like to see more dyes, or you guys have any ideas of anything else you'd like to see on the channel, feel free to message me or anything. If you know me, just call me, I guess, if you want to. But other than that, we'll have some new videos coming up soon. I have a 3D printed disc video coming out real soon, and a Carlsbad disc golf course preview. So hopefully I can get those done soon, but I'm going to try to get this video done and on to the next one. But remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.